everybody, it's Ryan from Aspire Sports bringing you my favorite Thursday night player props for the football game between the Eagles and the Giants. Bound to be another NFC East barn burner, and I am going to be completely unbiased bets. Completely not an Eagles fan whatsoever, so these are going to be completely unbiased. Some of my favorite player props that are the early lines that are coming out for Thursday nights. I'm going to start it off with Boston Scott on the over for receiving yards. He's going to be their featured back in this one. While I don't love him rushing the ball, because honestly he's never looked that good and completely comfortable rushing the ball, I do love him as a receiving back. And right now, as I say this, the over and under for receiving yards is 21.5. I expect him to probably be over 30 and 40 in this one. He'll probably get over 21 with one catch. So this should be a pretty easy one. Corey Clement will definitely be a factor, but nothing that will take away from the receiving yards here that much. So I think this should be a pretty easy cover with the 21.5, and that's over for receiving yards for Boston Scott. The next one I like is Travis Fulgham. The dude's a stud, and I know Deshaun Jackson's coming back this week, but I think in some ways that actually might help Fulgham. The Giants actually haven't been that bad of a defense this year, and honestly, with Deshaun Jackson just being the speed and the flexibility, flexing the field out, taking those deep shots, I think this will help for Travis Fulgham, kind of being security blanket for Carson Wentz at times. His over right now is set at 57.5. He's done it for 2 straight weeks, way over that. Well, last week was like 75, so he covered by a bit, but I expect him to get over 57.5. Probably by the end of the third quarter. These are just some bold predictions, by the end of the third quarter. Who knows if that'll happen? All that really matters is that he gets to that 58 mark, so we're going to take it. And my last one that I'm kind of banking on, I've been saying it for weeks. I know I'm an Eagles fan, but I'm also completely aware that the Eagles don't know how to cover tight ends that well. Evan Ingram has been a guy that's a very good tight end if he could ever just put it all together. The Giants' offense hasn't looked that great this year, to be honest. But at times, Evan Ingram does show some signs of just being a complete stud, which he can be if he ever just lets it loose and just Danny Dimes can put it all together with that offense. I like, obviously, Darius Slayton, but I think Slayton's going to be covered by Slay. So if you wanted to go for an under, those are less exciting. But if Slay decides to shadow Slayton all game, that could be an issue for him. I'll take a couple long shots here. For anytime touchdown scores, I will go Richard Rodgers with this one. They're going to be going deep as far as tight ends with Ertz and Goddard both out. Richard Rodgers I could see as a tight end getting if they get anywhere close, kind of getting in the end zone. And for a first touchdown scorer, I will go Greg Ward on this one. Like I said, completely unbiased. We don't know. I'm not an Eagles fan, right, guys? I'm just telling you what I think. But if we're going the opposite side of the ball, a first touchdown score on the other end, I could see Evan Ingram getting in there as well. Like I said, the Eagles, Nathan Gary I don't know what Pro Football Focus says about him, but I know what my eyes say about him. He's one of the worst linebackers I've ever seen play on a football field. And they just straight up have no answers as far as covering a tight end. Singleton looks good at times. You'll probably see some flash plays from Singleton. He's a dude running around looking like he has a wig under his helmet. He looks great at times, but I also know these linebackers blow coverage 3/4 of the time. So look for those things to happen. We're gonna be posting some stuff tomorrow as far as some updated ones, because these lines are bound to change. So if you're listening to this video while you still see these numbers, definitely get on the three bets that I mentioned. Boston Scott on the over, Fulgham on the over, and Evan Ingram on the over. And like I said, if we're looking at unders, Slayton, if the Eagles decide to shadow him with Slay, Slay's been great shadowing this year, but they don't always do it. So if you want to take a chance on an under, the unders are tough, but honestly, I like that as an under. The anytime touchdown scorer for the Giants, we're going Evan Ingram, and then for first touchdown scorer, I am thinking Greg Ward. Bet with me, do it. We'll keep track of it. Hold me accountable if I blow this, but this is what we're going for today. Thanks, people. Aspire Sports. Don't forget to like and subscribe.